So I'm working on this Toro CCR 3650. These are famous for all the contractors that use them out there. And this one specifically has a seized auger. So I'm sorry, a seized chute. So regardless of how much I try, I am not able to turn what would typically be here is the chute. I'm not able to turn this in any way, shape, or form with that handlebar. So I ended up taking the cover off. These bolts on each side were completely rusted out. I had to drill those out. After doing so, this is what I discovered. Basically, lots of rust built up. There appears to be what looks like a gear, and this basically turns as these other gears all coupled together turn, and hence end up turning the chute. So I'm going to take everything out. I'm now thinking maybe this piece right here is just the only piece that's seized. So maybe I'll spray some WD-40 in there and see if this frees up, because this appears to be free. Even though the metal on each side appears to be in a really rough shape. So maybe I'll spray this with some WD-40 and see if it frees up. Another view of that gear that I'm talking about. And now I believe it is maybe frozen up. Look at that. So give that a try and see if that will fix our problem. Finally getting to the mechanism which moves the chute from one side to another. I was able to determine that the pin, this pin right there, that goes through the gears that are right in this area in the middle, that the pin was actually seized to the interior side of the gears. I took this whole thing off here and was able to put it in evaporust for about 24 hours. I guess it worked a little bit, but still I needed to get that pin out. I ended up finally using a punch. There were actually caps on each, there were cap nuts on each side of this. I was able to take those off. Then I took a punch and was able to punch the pin out. It was in there very, very hard, completely rusted, and I finally got the pin out. Took the wire wheel to it. It was so worn out that I decided to actually grind it down a little bit as well with a stone. So I did all that. Then I put anti-seize as much as I could on the pin and put it back through that shaft, through the center of those gears. I did have to drill holes on each side of this pin, as you can see right there. I ended up drilling holes so I could kind of do a makeshift cotter pin. I created my own pins using nails, long nails, and since the cap nuts that were initially on it were one-time use, I couldn't reuse them. So in order to keep the pin in, that's what I decided to do. I was able to drill really small holes on each side of this pin, and then made my own cotter pins. So everything works now. It's no longer seized. Goes all the way around. I did, as you can see here, it's all gray. I used a nickel-based anti-seize and just put as much anti-seize as I could around on the inside of this gear, this long chute, portion of the chute. But again, the main problem was that the pin that goes through these gears here, there's actually 2 gears that come apart, was seized. So there you go, fully functions, it rotates all the way, and that was my fix to this basically seized chute on a CCR 3650.